Welcome to your new ThruTracker Thermal Camera Kit. I'm going to walk you through the different components and how you can best use them to do surveys in the field. So you should be receiving a tripod. There's nothing special about this one, but we did select it for this particular purpose. You'll also be receiving the Pelican case that has your tablet, your camera, and other accessories in it, and you may also have a backpack. So you can bring the thermal camera in the Pelican case when you bring it to the field, or you can take out the components that you're going to use, put that in the backpack, and that might be easier to transport. Before you open it up, know that the tablet is inside and it is loose, so make sure it's on a level surface when you open it up. Okay, so I've just got my Pelican case on the ground here like we're in the field, and we're going to snap that open. There is some important information you can read on the top here to go through. There's also a QR code, so you can go to the website and see this video as well as other documentation as that is updated. We have the kit number, and we have the pin number for the tablet is going to be 1000. So we'll open this up, and we have our tablet here that has the detachable keyboard, so you can just open this up. Got our documentation, you can fill that out. If you are just using it in the field, you can detach the keyboard and just stash that. Tablet is going to have kickstand. We can open that up, and that also doubles as makes it a little bit easier to hold. So we can turn that on and set that aside. Next, we have the thermal camera in a case. We'll open that up. That has its own USB-C cable, which you can use for charging and for connecting to the tablet. Here's the FLIR Scout Pro camera, and when we connect that to the tablet, the connector to the USB-C is right there. So you can plug that in, plug the other end into the tablet. Here are the buttons. We've got the power button. The one thing you need to know is that sometimes you need to hold it down for several seconds in order to turn it on or turn it off. There's some buttons for adjusting the settings on the camera. Usually you don't really need to use those. If you need to reset the time or the camera gets into a configuration that's causing issues, you hold the power button and this little button with the recycle symbol. You hold those down for 5 seconds, and if you look into the viewer, it'll start a countdown. And once that countdown goes down to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, then it will enter a reboot into the camera. That's helpful, again, for resetting the time. In your kit, there's some information here, the quick reference card that goes through some of that information. It also points out the FLIR app. Now the name has changed, so it's the FLIR Responder app that you want to get on either your iPhone or on Android. And you can connect wirelessly to the camera to control recordings and to do remote viewing. So that's really helpful. On that vein, there are two main ways for doing recordings. You can record right to the camera itself. So we've done this extensive testing, and it will record for 1 hour and 55 minutes, and then it shuts itself off. Not because it's out of battery or out of room on the card, but it just automatically stops. So you can record up to 5 hours, and it has enough battery life and enough memory on the camera to be able to do that long. But you would have to be able to restart it after about 1 hour and 55 minutes. All right, so the tablet is beneficial for a few different uses. One of the important things for using it, whether or not you're going to record to the tablet, is that it allows you to adjust the brightness and the contrast settings on the camera. So this can dramatically improve the video quality, especially if you're recording in a situation that has a warmer background, such as rocks or vegetation, or a more complex background. So I definitely recommend setting up the recording with this every time. And you have the option of recording to the camera itself or to the tablet. One of the benefits of recording to the tablet is that you can see the live feed, and it will also be automatically already recorded on the tablet. So you don't have to do any streaming after the fact or transferring of the video. And you can even record for longer periods of time. If you set up your camera with additional battery, then you can record for, I've tested up to 12 hours. So we have the tablet, we have the camera, connect those with the USB-C cable. We have a tablet mount here. I'll show you what it looks like in a second when this is connected. Also in the kit, we have some extra USB-C cables. So there's a longer one, there's a shorter one. And again, these are useful both for charging and for connecting the camera and the tablet. You also have a power bank. Now you normally don't need this in the field, but I like to include this in the kit just in case you're heading to the field and say the camera is not charged, you didn't have time to charge that. You can just plug this in on the way to the field or even on the site. So that's in there as well. There are two different chargers for charging the tablet and the camera. These are labeled which one they go to. It's not going to break anything if you plug in one to the other. It's just that they're optimized the wattage to the specific device. In addition, we have a silicone lens hood and rainproof bags. This is helpful, obviously, if you are recording when it might be raining, or if you're in a site where you're getting a lot of guano. This is going to help protect your equipment, help protect the lens from getting guano on it. So here's the silicone lens hood, and it just pops open like this, and then you're going to slide your camera into the bigger opening of the lens hood. Slides over just like that. Pop that over and pull it until it's just seated at the edge of the camera, like so. And with the amount of magnification on the camera, you're not going to be able to see this, and this definitely helps avoid getting rain or guano on your lens. You can also use these rain covers, and you can see with the picture there how it works. It basically goes over your camera. It has a little drawstring, so you can tighten that down right over the base of your lens hood, and then there's an opening on the other side. So this is really helpful if you're filming in a situation where your camera might get wet due to rain, moisture from a cave, or any other situation like that. Here's the tripod. Comes in a nice little case, so you can get it in when it's folded all the way up. It does have a special way of folding to make it a little bit more compact. And right now it's already in the bag. Take this out. So this is what it looks like when the tripod is fully folded. And it's very flexible. You can extend the legs all the way like this to get it the normal way. And this is what it looks like when it's aligned for being deployed. You can loosen this part here, and then this will go down like that. And then obviously we can extend the legs as we want. So there are some different configurations you can use with this. I'm not going to show you all of them, but in general, obviously we want to get the tripod as level as possible. And then take off this attachment here on the top. You loosen this knob here, then you can take off this plate and attach this to our camera. So now I'm going to attach this to the bottom of the camera. We'll just put that little bolt into the hole there and screw it in place. There we go. Now you can see this tripod plate here. It has little ridges. That's going to set into the top of the tripod. You're going to put one side in, push the other side down, and then screw it tight. Okay. So the tripod has this ball head joint, and you can loosen these different screws here to get whatever angle you want. And a nice other feature is that it has a notch on the side here. And so if you want, you can actually film in a portrait mode instead of landscape. And in ThruTracker, you can adjust that so it looks right. And in many different situations, that can be more beneficial to have that longer field of view going up and down. So this little piece is for attaching the tablet, and it has a little screw here. And we're just gonna open up this clamp and give it a little bit of space on the top of this tripod here. Loosen that up. And we're just gonna clamp down on the tripod, like so. You don't have to do this. If you're just doing a quick setup, you may not want to attach the tablet to the tripod like this. You could just hold it and set it up. But if you're going to do longer term recording, this can be a nice way of watching in real time and making adjustments. So now there's a second adjustment here. When this is loose, the whole thing is loosey-goosey. I'm going to just tighten that down, get an angle here. And now we can take our tripod, close the kickstand, and just slide it in like this. There we go. And it has these extra attachments on the side, I'll show you, like that, which you can attach for extra security. And there is, it's a little bit hard to see, it's on the other side here, but there's an extra knob you need to tighten down so that that's nice and secure in place. The last thing what we do is we're going to get the USB-C cable and just connect it from the camera to the tablet. So now I'm going to take the USB-C cable and I'm going to connect it into that port on the back over here for the camera, and either one of the ports on the side of the tablet. And then we can open up the ThruTracker recorder software. It's the one with the red dot on it. So that's your thermal camera kit. If you have any questions or issues, please let us know, and we'll be happy to make sure you get the most out of your thermal kit.